Hello, today is the 10th of July 2020. It's time for Norm Winski to tell us what the planets and the stars have in store for us. Norm, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Okay, I think I was last on your show on Monday the 29th and telling you about what was coming up over that. That was a Monday on the coming week there. So we're going to review what I said and see if we had any good points. So the night of the 29th, we had a big planetary lineup with Jupiter lining up with Pluto. That only occurs in the big cycle, I think about every 12 or 13 years, about 13 years. But in the short run, due to the due to the motion of the Earth, there's a period when you're in that neighborhood, that cycle, and it whipsaws back and forth. So this is one of the whipsaws. Anyway, we had that, and I indicated to watch for possible turn. We'll be looking for extremes in these markets that I'm indicating. And if we get an extreme, there's about a 75% chance that they will turn in this window. So there you go, cocoa, coffee, hogs, stocks, and T-bonds. And then I had another window for the night of July 1. So we'll be looking for the opening, the next day on these. So that would be the opening of July 2nd. That's due to Saturn going what we call retrograde. That's due to the rolling motion of the Earth to, in this case, Saturn. And it looks like Saturn, from the point of view of the Earth, looks like Saturn stopped its motion and reversed its direction. We know that doesn't actually happen if you look down at the solar system, but from the point of view of the Earth, that's actually how it looks. So anyway, it went backwards from the sign Aquarius into Capricorn. So we'll be watching cattle, cocoa, coffee, copper, corn, cotton, gold, hogs, OJ, stocks, and D-bonds. Then we had a full moon over the fourth weekend, which ended on the 2nd because that was a Thursday, and the markets were closed on the Friday the 3rd, and so we round up our usual suspects for a full moon. In this case, it was a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Capricorn. So we look at financials, grains, precious metals, and because it was in Capricorn, coffee. So there we go. Here's our first chart. We had the window for the night of the 1st, opening of the 2nd for cattle, and that did not work. That's a red arrow. If you see a red arrow, that's a miss. A green arrow is good. Here's cocoa. We had a red arrow for the Jupiter Pluto on the night of the 29th, opening of the 30th. That didn't really work because you went down for 2 more days. But then it bounced up on the night of the 1st into the opening of the 2nd. And that you could have sold it there and made some money. Here's a coffee to hit 2 out of 3 there. We had the miss there on the night of on the opening of the 30th, but we had excellent window there for the opening of the 2nd, near the high of the month, and then a sort of a close top there with the full moon in Capricorn on selling on the opening against that high on the opening of the 6th. Here we have copper. We missed copper, just kept on going, so that's a miss on its window there for the night of the 1st, the opening of the 2nd. Here's corn, was very good. They had the same window there, the night opening of the 2nd, and also the full moon lunar eclipse, and that was right near the highs there on corn, and then corn went down for several days. Here's cotton, that was a miss. Here's gold, and we hit 50-50 on the gold. We had the opening of the 2nd with a low, but at the full moon, which the gold usually a high percentage of time turns, they just kept on going, so that's a miss. So the hogs were going sideways into our window for the first window for the hogs, and we do nothing on sideways. We're looking for an extreme, up or down. It's going sideways, we don't do anything. Hogs had a little pullback low there on the opening of the 2nd, so if you bought that, you did well. Here's OJ, was very good. We had a high on the opening of the 2nd, and then a low on the full moon. Here's the silver, had a nice pullback low right on the full moon. Here's beans, a high of the month, right on the full moon. Here's the S&P. We hit 2 out of 3 there. We had the breakout of the downtrend on the opening of the 30th, and then it ran up, and then it just kept on going past our opening of the 2nd window. But the next day over was the high up till now, the high of the month, I believe. And there we go. Here's bonds, 3 out of 3. We hit the window of the 30th. Then we had the double bottom here on the open and second, and the full moon. And forget that. That was a mistake. Forget the second T-bond chart. And then wheat, it was just going sideways. Here's your dollar. That was a miss on the full moon. But the yen had a pull back low there on the full moon. So we hit 17 out of 25. So that's 68% winners. Not my best, but not too bad. I'm going to show you some of my day trading now. Yesterday we had an interesting thing happen. I have these times here of planetary events and the moon and the planets. We have three groupings. One is geocentric. That's the G there is geocentric. That's from the point of view of the Earth. Then we have heliocentric. We didn't have anything on that yesterday. And then we have what's called the U.S. natal chart. We take a snapshot of the planets where they were at the beginning of some major event, or you could do it for a person when they were born. And so in this case, we have July the 4th, 1776. And you see here Venus aligned with the planet where Uranus was on July the 4th, 1776. I know it sounds crazy, but wait till you see what happens. So now I'm going to pull up the chart, flip to, oh, I got it on the next page, what I'm doing. What am I doing? All right, there we go. Here's the chart here. So we rallied up made a high right at 10 after 11. I had 11. 11 is my time. I was off by 1 minute, and we're still near the highs there. And my rules allowed. I have rules. I teach you. I have a free day trading class. I'll teach you the system. If you have a futures account, you can trade S&P Mini, and we practice on a demo account. You don't have to risk any money. But if you went short here at 31.2275 on the close of that minute, you did very well. We allow about 7 minutes for these trades. I have a formula for that too, based on the VIX, how long you stay into a trade. And you would have got out for, I think it's about 13 handles there, which is $650 in about 7 minutes. So not too bad. So, okay, and we got a couple things happening now and into the weekend. Late morning, just before noon, we had Venus aphelion. That's an extreme in the Venus cycle, 225 days around the sun. The planets go around the sun elliptically, not in a circle. So there's a far point and a close point. Aphelion is the farthest point for Venus. It's 225-day cycle. And by the way, Venus is 617. That's very close to 618. Fibonacci to the Earth. Earth is 365 and a quarter. Venus is 225. So that's kind of a Fibonacci thing there, right there in the solar system. So we're going to be watching our Venus markets, which are cattle, copper, cotton, gold, OJ, stocks, sugar, and wheat. It might take a day, so I allow this into Monday's opening. And then over the weekend, we have Mercury in the sign Cancer. Is going to turn direct. It's been going retrograde for 3 weeks, and so that's going to turn, and that's your corn, because it's in Cancer, silver, stocks, and wheat. And so watch your grains and your silver and your stocks. And then late Monday, we have Jupiter's going to line up with Neptune for the U.S., which is stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar, and oil. And there's an oil chart, but it's only as of last night. So I think the oil went up higher today, had a pretty good up day today. So this is setting up. If it continues into Monday's opening into Monday, we could be looking at a high for oil by late Monday or early Tuesday. Okay, so I have classes. I have once a month, the first week of the month. I often offer a free class and training, 3-week trial coaching with my day trading, teach you the system. You don't have to know any astrology. I have this reduced. If you know how to tell time and know how to trade futures, you can do this. I also have swing trading. If you want to do the various markets, I can teach you that too. And here's how to get a hold of me. I'm here in beautiful Naples, Florida, 239-594-3939. Or you can email me at Winski, that's Nwinski, at embark, EMBARQ, mail.com. Or you can call me on Skype at Nwinski_1. So looking forward to helping some of your folks at their job. And everybody have a great weekend.
Norm, thanks ever so much, and we'll see you back in a couple of weeks.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.